Hello my dear friends, it's Yuri Tsvetkov, and today I have again one more reason to make one more video about the best rounds, the golf performance of the best of the golfers in the best rounds. And this time it was in the third day of the Players Championship, and the best result for 3 days, for all 3 previous days, it was the Justin Thomas, 64 and -8. -8 is quite a rare result, which is happening not on all tournaments. And this connection, it's highly interesting to make analysis exactly of the performance and statistics of the Justin Thomas during such events. I need to say that Justin, some last events, Justin have not so maybe oftenly, but time to time he is showing such an excellent performance. For example, he have played 65 -8 on the central tournaments of champions this year, early this year. So we can start from his golf swing to better understand, because the approaching is a highly important factor which is influencing on the best performance. We will take a look for his tee shot, but the iron tee shot. You can see that during the swing, when you're making the swing analysis, it's better to concentrate on the trajectory of the club head mostly, because from this trajectory is depending the position of the club head and the future impact position. Here we can see that Justin had not so serious luck. Many golfers in this position, the club head is much more lower, but he is playing with the luck which is more than 90%. And what is highly important in my opinion is the trajectory of the right arm. The right arm during the downswing, so he's finishing backswing, we can see that not so serious shallowing, and his backswing was the upward mostly, and we can see the right hand position, the right elbow and certainly elbow and right wrist, they are staying during the downswing almost in the same position. Just the body is rotating, but the all angles for the right hand is standing almost till the impact position. We can see that Justin is not opening his hips so seriously as many other players on the impact. For example, the Jacko Neiman or the Colin Morikawa or Dustin Johnson, his hips are not so seriously opened. But anyway, the trajectory is excellent. So this is a golf swing which you need to have to play the -8 in the simple round. So now we will try to take the analysis of his performance. I have taken all the information from the PGA Tour site, where we were before that from all this play-by-play statistics and from the statistic total, and we can take the traditional, first of all, the small traditional analysis. So his par 3 were played for 11 strokes, and it will give him -1 in scoring. Par 4 were played for 37 strokes, -3, and par 5 he have played exactly as a par 4. His average scoring was 4 on each par 5, and it was give him -4 strokes. So this way, oh, terrible, sorry, here is -8 certainly. So it give him performance -8 for the total round. What in the case of the different components of the game? The driving distance was 292. Not so long. Driving accuracy were 71%. It's 10 holes from 14 from tee shots, excluding the par 3 holes. Greens and regulation 78%. Very good figure. It's quarter the usual figure, exactly for the best rounds of the golf. This one, or maybe even better. And he's scrambling. He could not achieve only 4 holes by regular stroke, but on the one of them he have made birdie. It's worth par 4 when he have made birdie thanks to the pitch in. In this connection, he was not on the green by the second stroke, but he have made birdie on this hole. In this case, it was not included in the scrambling statistics. Scrambling is an understanding of the saving pars on the holes where he could not make the greens and regulations. So it was only 3 strokes which were not achieved and played in the par, and played in par and worst, and 2 of them he have saved a par. So he had just 1 bogey yesterday. And very important for me, the factor, it's greens and regulations multiplied for scrambling, because this is giving you compounded measurement of the game quality. As a long game, the full swings for the approaches and for the tee shots, and such as for the short game, around the green and the putting. He have made 25 putts, and just 9 of them were made on the first 9 holes. It was amazing statistics for him. I never had such figures before that. And he have made 1 pitch in, as we talked before. So after that, we are analyzing these statistics, his performance, a little bit different way. It's a short analyzer, which is made for that task, for this task. So I will not describe you. You know that in my different videos you can find the information about how the figures are coming in these statistics. So the reason is to make calculations for each hole, but making this calculation not in the case of the par and results against the par, but results against the different distances. So, for example, if he have made just on the 2 holes he have played with 5 strokes, yes, here number shots 5, yes. He was need just on 2 holes. One of them it was a par 4, and he have played in bogey, and one of them were the par 5, and he have played in the par. And the average distance of those holes were 525. So, excuse me. Average distance was 135. We analyzing each of holes this way, and after that we are receiving average statistics for all of them. So we can see that thanks to the this pitching or chipping which he have made on the 7th hole, his average distance for the 1 shot were 2.7 yards. And average distance for 2 shots was 55 yards, for 3 shots 230 yards, for 4 shots exactly 400 yards, and for the 5 shots 525 yards. So this way we are calculating all results, and we can compare those results with your results, and you will understand in which components of the game you are most, you know, that the worst components of your game, and in which one you need to pay more attention during your training process to improve your results. And another important information here, which is also necessary, and I'm highly recommending you to try to use for yourself, is the approach proximity measurement and the first putt proximity. So, in the case of the approach proximity, first of all I need to say that on the holes where, for example, this is a par 5 hole, on which he was by the 2nd stroke on the green, we are putting the average the proximity on this hole 0, because we are calculating that he was by the 2nd stroke on the hole. And this connection, he was need not to make the approach at all. And the same situation was on the next hole where he have made an eagle. It was also the par 5 hole. Here again we have the situation when he was by the second stroke on the green. If on some of the holes he will be by the second stroke on the by the first stroke on the par 4, it will be also the same situation that we will write 0 in the average approach proximity measurement. So this way we can calculate the average proximity for approaching, exactly for approaching. And his average proximity was 9.1 yards. And you can just imagine, or maybe you have to measure it your results, and you can understand that how the big difference with your results, and you will know that what work on. And the second highly important component, which is highly influencing on the results of in any golf round and mostly in the best golf round, is the first putt proximity. It's the same situation. It's measured just for the putts, just for the putting. For example, if on the first hole he have made just one putt, which were made from the distance 6.8 yards, we will put we are putting here the 0, because the first putt proximity, if the first putt were finished in the hole, the proximity was 0. On this hole the proximity was 0.7, and we can see that he almost have not the first putt's proximity more than 1.4, and his average proximity were just 0.3 yards. It's yards. It's approximately 12 inches, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. But it's just the information which is highly important. Because why? Because when you have such a perfect proximity, a lot of your putts will finish in the hole. If this figure will be 3 times higher, for example, approximately 1 yard, the first putt proximity, which is more close to our actual results, this is certainly a lot less reasons to expect that we will have one putt only on any hole. And this connection, when you are trying to walk, you need not always walk exactly for the long putting. You need not always walk on the putting in the hole. You need mostly walk with the proximity of the first putt. It doesn't matter from what distance. Just including maybe 1.5 yards or 2 yards, you can seriously think about making the first putt, which will finish in the hole, to make one putt. All the other situations is you are mostly need to think about the position of your ball after first putt, and you will see that more and more your first putt will be made this way. So this is the information which I want to give you, and plus that it's also the okay. I'm not finished that. I'm not sure that I have finished this part. Maybe I will have some mistakes. I need to recalculate it. So this is the information which I want to give you. It will be highly interesting to analyze the performance for the ladies or for the European Tour golfers, but unfortunately we can find just such statistics just for the PGA Tour. But thanks to God that we have this statistic for the PGA Tour, because it's given us a little bit different opinion about the golf game. I mean that I don't mean that nobody is thinking statistically or performancely about the golf. But from the other case, there are a lot of people who are not thinking this way. And I think that for most of them, this information will be highly useful, because you can take just a little bit different angle of looking for the golf and for the golf results in the golf. I hope that this video will be also highly interesting and useful for the golf professionals and for the golf juniors, who are sometimes very seriously concentrated on the long game and undervaluing the short game and the approaches. I think that for them, this is exactly the reason of their golf future, because you see that if you want to be the best golfer in the money list of the PGA Tour, you need to have GIR multiple for scrambling measurement higher than 50%. If you will have it higher than 50%, your average round will be always the average round results will be less than par, and in this connection you will have many reasons to expect that you will make money. But with the with the 50% and more GIRs multiple for scrambling, you will always be in the on the first position, or maybe in one of the three best players. It was the situation which were for Tiger Woods, for any else before maybe on the times in the Tiger Woods, and for the Steve Stricker, and for Luke Donalds, and many other golfers, for the Dustin Johnson also. Currently, there are not so many best golfers are highly looking for the scrambling, for example, because they are going mostly to be on the greens more and more by regular stroke, and better than regular stroke for par 5, for example. But sometimes it's becoming the reason that they are losing those positions which they are rising from tee shots to the green. And the situation was with the Dustin Johnson on this tournament, and with the Colin Morikawa on this tournament, when they are losing in such components of the game, which seems very simple even for the average golfers. I'm talking about the short putting and game around the green. They're making more mistakes than they need to do. So again, I hope that this information will be useful for you. I hope to see you on my channel. Thank you a lot for your attention, and please subscribe for my channel to give me information that I need to make more videos like this one. Thank you very much. Bye bye, and have a good fourth day of the players. I hope that we will have today some best rounds, and the situation in the leaderboard will change, and I hope that maybe dramatically change. Thanks again. Bye.